What's going on, guys? So again, continuing these string of videos where we're trying to help you with your tight hips or hip mobility and flexibility when it comes to roundhouses for Muay Thai or kickboxing. So take into consideration, guys, that it might not be tight hips or tight adductors that's preventing you from throwing better roundhouse kicks. If you really try to have a deeper understanding of how the roundhouse kick is thrown and all the mechanics that go into a technical roundhouse kick, you'll understand that it's more than having strong and loose hip flexors and flexibility in your adductors. The rotation of the roundhouse kick involves your abductors, this here, okay? In order to get the kick going, you have to come up and rotate through. That's the motion of the roundhouse kick, right? Whoosh. Okay? Again, rotating all the way around is not possible if this is tight and I can't elevate my leg. Whoosh. 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 This is the part that is often missed when it comes to stretching routines for Muay Thai and kickboxing. So if you want good, comfortable, and strong roundhouse kicks for Muay Thai or kickboxing, it's more than your hip flexors and your adductors. You need to put some attention on your abductors. And honestly, the best way to go about that is to get good at doing a pancake. Again, in the previous video that I covered abductors, I showed you several exercises, but the pancake is the best one. But it's not an easy stretch to get good at. So I want to show you some different ways to work on it so you can get better at it. So let's start again with a recap of what a pancake is. Basically, you're sitting in a split position. Doesn't have to be full splits, not like to your full stretching potential, okay? But what you have to do is turn everything forward. All of this, like I'm trying to put all of this and all of this flat on the mat. What you have to focus on is not curling your back when you're coming forward, it's pushing your hips forward. So when you start out, you need to push back here to kind of get that going if you don't have any flexibility whatsoever in that aspect. But what I do is I start with my toes, I curl on my toes, and then I turn everything downward, my hips forward, and then I try to go as far as I can. As you can tell, I'm not very flexible with this movement yet either. But even the minimal flexibility I've gained with this stretch or exercise has improved my roundhouse significantly. So again, the end result would be if I can put all this flat. I don't think I'll ever be able to do that, and I'm not aiming for that. I'm not a gymnast, but I just want to get stronger with it. When you start doing it, you will feel the tension here on your abductors, and that's what we're aiming for. So again, focus on pulling your hips forward, then your hands. So how do we make this easier on ourselves? One way to loosen things up a little bit is to pull your knees up and focus on pulling your hips forward, okay? If I take my hands away, let's say I put my hands up here, and you see my trunk is going forward. That's a good stretch. And I feel that all through here. And that's gonna help with my pancake. So that's a way to loosen everything up in there in your hips and your abductors. The second thing we can do is use a roller, okay? As an assist. When you come off the ground, stretches become a little easier. You're not flat on the mat. So I'm elevated a bit, okay? Now I can tip forward more, see that? So again, trying to put all this forward, focusing on my trunk. Right? Focusing on moving my trunk forward, my pelvis forward more than my hands. Again, I don't want to be curling like this, okay? You already see I'm able to really lean forward even more. And then hands. It's a really good stretch. Now, a great exercise to get good at this stretch is a strength training exercise and a stretch put together. So it involves getting a kettlebell, right? When we get the kettlebell, you want to find a good plyo box. I tried this on a bench and for me, it wasn't the right height. You could probably do it on the edge of a bench. I just prefer this, the corner of a plyo box. You're gonna walk your feet out, you know, to a comfortable split, all right? It could be here, but just go as far as you can comfortably. We're gonna walk our feet out a little further. Again, tilting your pelvis, okay? Don't hunch your back. You tilt your pelvis, you're gonna get this kettlebell, all right? And then you keep your back straight. You should feel your pelvis rotating forward. That should be your focus. Keeping your back straight. Keep a steady pace, okay? This is not like a fast, like ripping the kettlebell up or lowering it really fast. Be steady with your tempo, okay? And as far as reps and sets, I'll leave that to you. I generally do 3 sets of 10, again, depending on what weight I'm using. With this weight right here, just a 40-pound kettlebell, I'll probably do 3 sets of 10. So guys, while working certain stretch routines and drills to improve your roundhouse kick, focusing on your hip flexors and hip mobility and all that stuff, remember, do not neglect your abductors. Try these routines, try to get a good pancake stretch going, and I think you'll be surprised how much that improves your roundhouse kicks.